Okay, my camera died. I ate a salad. Now we're back. Hey guys, it's Katya. Okay, so I don't ever use clickbait. Like, that's not who I am. And this technically isn't clickbait because it happened. But it happened in my mind while I was dreaming. So sometimes, now all the time, I use melatonin to help me sleep, but it gives me the craziest, realest dreams. I literally will wake up crying because I think the dream I had is real. It's not fun because of course I never have good dreams. So today I thought I'd tell you the craziest ones that I've had. But before I get into the story, today's Instagram shout out is Alexis Hayward1. If you want to be the next Instagram shout out, go to my Instagram, follow it at katyaawar, like all my pictures, and comment on the latest picture and you will be the shout out. Now for the story. So this first dream I had was on May 26th of this year. I wrote it down right after I woke up so I wouldn't forget anything. So it starts at my high school dance. Ariana Grande was performing like as the band, but she was forgetting all the words to her song. I don't know why that's relevant, but it happened. There was this popular guy across the room who I hate, and he was talking to my ex-boyfriend. He says to my ex-boyfriend, would you do it? If you were single, which you basically are, cause you totally could. He's looking over at me, motioning to me. It's pretty clear that he's talking about my ex sleeping with me. Then, the whole dream shifts. I'm now at a wedding. I realize it's my ex's wedding. One of his best friends told me that he got a girl pregnant and now he has to marry her. I start crying when he says that she's pregnant because I realize that like I lost him forever. He told me it would be okay because he doesn't actually love her. So I'm sitting at the table with his friend and my mom at like my ex-boyfriend's wedding. We're all waiting for them to come out so they can like get married, but his friend keeps telling me he does not want to do it. The doors open where they're supposed to come out, but instead, out walks my father. My dad tells the entire wedding party that he does not want to go through with it. I go through the doors to talk to my ex and I'm like, look, you don't have to marry her just because she's pregnant. Like, if you don't love her, you shouldn't marry her. Then he goes and tells the girl that the wedding's off and she tells him she was lying about being pregnant anyway, just so he would marry her. Needless to say, they did not get married. The next dream happened the 29th of June. So my friend Sasha was having a party. Her mom wanted everyone at the party to all take a picture, so I stood next to Sasha and I was trying to like put my arm around her or something, and she kept pushing me away and like getting away from me. After the picture, I followed her into her room to ask why she's mad at me, and she was talking to her friend about how she hates this one girl. I think it's me, so I leave. I go to the game room with my friend Sally and we start up this game. So you know how in some games there are saved files and you can name the saved files? All the saved files, like their names were things that made fun of me. Like one of them was like, Katya can't sing, like Katya's ugly, like those were the names of her saved files. Then we hear music downstairs, so me and Sally go check it out. When I get downstairs, I see my boyfriend kissing another girl. Heartbroken, I go outside and he follows me. This is where it gets weird. I pull out this little pod that flies. Like, you know the pod that Superman was sent in to Earth? Like, that's what I had. That's how we traveled in this dream. I get in this space pod and my boyfriend is holding onto the edge right when it takes off. So we're in the air, flying in this pod. My boyfriend is outside the pod holding on to the end and I'm trying to like shake him off of the pod. When I finally kicked him off, he was falling through the air because we were like so high up. I didn't want him to die, so I sent a pod to catch him. But as revenge, I set the temperature of his pod to the heat of the sun. That's where it ends. Isn't that the weirdest dream? Like, how did I think of space pods? The next dream I had was when I was in Lebanon. I woke up in this house that I've never been in before. This man comes into the room and in my dream I know he's my uncle, but like in real life he's not my uncle. Like, I don't know who he is. This man was creepy. Like, he'd watch me change and like spy on me when I went to the bathroom. And when I realized what was happening, I called my mom to go home and she didn't believe me. So I ran out of the house. The next thing I remember, I'm in this pool and it was like a normal pool, but if you go downstairs, there's a cave with like another pool. So I go into the cave, and in the cave is Ryland, the guy from my diary stories, my middle school boyfriend. The next thing I know, I'm outside of this mall. I'm really excited because I'm finally back in the US after being in Lebanon for so long. I want to surprise my boyfriend because I somehow know he's going to be in this mall. So I see him walk in and I go in after him to surprise him, and he turns around and starts laughing at me. I ask him what's so funny and he says, I have to be honest with you. And I'm like, about what? Like, what did you do? And he says, I just broke up with my other girlfriend today. This was heartbreaking because we had been together for months, so it meant he was cheating on me with a whole ass other girlfriend. I asked him if it was this one girl that I know he dated, and he says, no, it was Emily. And I'm like, who's Emily? And he says, I started dating her when I started dating you, all while laughing at me. I scream at him about how I knew I couldn't trust him and I knew he would cheat on me and he's never gonna find anyone that loves him more than me or that he loves more than me. He's still laughing at me while I'm saying all of this. I think that's the one I woke up and I was literally crying because I thought it happened. Like, I woke up with like this pit in my stomach. It was horrible. So my last dream took place sometime in the summer. I don't know when. My boyfriend was planning on visiting me in college, so he took the train down. When he gets to my dorm room, he comes in and tells me that he found $10,000. I asked where he got the money, and he said when he was on the train, he sat across from this man with a briefcase. The next stop, the man got off and he left his briefcase, and then my boyfriend noticed after the train started going that he left his briefcase. So he looked inside and there was a wad of $10,000 inside. So he took it. He told me that he wanted me to keep it and every month transfer $1,000 into his account so it wouldn't look suspicious. I don't know why, but I agreed. The first 2 months I deposited $2,000 just like I was supposed to. While I was at the bank that day about to transfer another $1,000 into his account, the police show up. They arrested me. They told me that the man with the briefcase was fake. It was a scheme created by the police to see who would steal the money. Then suddenly I'm depositing all this money, so I look very suspicious and they want to question me. This is where I am the worst person alive. Instead of coming clean and telling them the truth that my boyfriend stole all this money, I blame it on my college roommate. I said I was looking for something and I was looking through my roommate's drawers and I found the wad of $10,000. I questioned her about it and she told me about the man on the train with the briefcase. She said she stole it and every month she wanted me to deposit $1,000 into her account. And she said if I didn't do this for her, she would frame me. So at the end of the dream, the police let me go and went to arrest my college roommate. I am so sorry. Dream me is either cheated on or the worst person ever. But I kind of wanted to look up what these certain dreams mean, so I think I'm gonna look up a few keywords. So a common theme we might have guessed is my significant other cheating on me, so I'm gonna look up what cheating means in dreams. So I looked up what being cheated on means and it says it points to neglect. A lack of attention from your mate may trigger a dream where your mate is having an affair. Since they're not paying attention to you, you start to think that their attention is focused on someone else. T. It could also point to fear of abandonment. The dream that your mate, spouse, significant other is cheating on you also indicates your fear of being abandoned. You're concerned about the future and whether your significant other will be there for you. I mean, true. Points to low self-esteem. When you feel unworthy, you may dream that your lover is cheating on you. You have a low sense of self-worth and feel there is no reason for your mate to stay with you. True. Lack of trust. Trust is an important element in a relationship. If trust is compromised, then you might express doubt in the relationship. True. Oh my god. All of this is true. Fear of abandonment, low self-esteem, lack of trust, me. Something else in the dream was a wedding, so I'm gonna look that up. Wedding dream symbolism is about new beginnings, changes, and transitions. If you dream that you are attending a wedding, consider how you feel at the wedding. If you're upset or sad, then it means that you're unhappy about the current status of your life. I totally was. That's too freaky. This is too weird. I'm not gonna, oh, everything was true. Ew, I hate that. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!